What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Black Primacy TV. I am your host, Ricky Reezy. And today I wanted to bring up a question from a recent video that I came across by financial expert Anthony O'Neill.
Y'all know I'm a money guy, so studies are showing that by 2054, the average African American will have zero to negative wealth, when the average Caucasian will have $150,000 or more. Okay?
Yeah.
So if studies are showing that we will have zero to negative wealth, but we look like wealth, where are we messing up at? What is the problem?
I thought this was a great question. And in my opinion, the problem is that we don't have enough examples of what wealth actually looks like in terms of lifestyle and spending habits. Now we have a bunch of examples of what rich looks like, but not wealth. And I feel that real wealth is not discussed enough in Black homes and Black communities, whereas others not only have generational wealth, but they have the generational mindset and teachings that are needed to keep generational wealth generational. Because no matter how much wealth a person passes down to their family members, without that mindset, that wealth will eventually run out. So the problem isn't about our ability to create wealth. It's more about the lack of knowledge and mindset that we have to keep that wealth growing. I remember when I got my first job making good money with good benefits. I was 25 years old. I had just got my first check and I was trying to figure out how much of it I should put into my 401k. So I figured I'd just start out with $100 a month. But the thing is, I didn't even know how investments work. I didn't even know the difference between savings and investing. So in order to calculate what I might have in the future, I took $100 a month and multiplied it by 30 years, because that's when I planned on retiring. And I got like $30-something thousand. And I remember thinking, there's no way. But little did I know, that's not even close to how money grows. So what I'm saying is, at 25 years old, I had no idea how money actually grows. And I hadn't even been exposed to the idea of compound interest. But also at 25 years old, I had more than 50 pairs of shoes, probably worth in the neighborhood of $7,500. And that's the problem that I see in the Black community.
So studies show that the average Caucasian drives a Ford F-150. Then the average African American who makes in between $50,000 and $60,000 drives a Mercedes. So I guess my question is for us, while yes, we don't own a lot, with the income that we do have, why is it that in the next 20 years, we will not have wealth?
Because unfortunately, this lack of knowledge is what's being passed down in the Black community generationally. You have a kid who's never been taught how real wealth is generated. That kid grows into an adult, still doesn't learn how real wealth is generated. That adult has more kids, and the cycle just continues. So again, I think the problem is simply that we just don't know. But the solution is simple too. We just have to change our mentality and coach the generations after us. Because in reality, it starts at home and within our community. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be easy, because I know it's going to be hard to change a mentality that was built over generations. But it starts with us. It starts with discussions like these on platforms like this that can spark action that is needed to create the change.
Being fiscally, financially responsible and understanding what that actually means is huge, right? If you're not taught it, don't understand it, didn't go to school for it, you'll never know it. So to your point, and you're gonna be in a negative, not have money in comparison in 2054, being fiscally irresponsible, right? Not knowing how to invest properly, not knowing what to do with that dollar that you got. You know, I was raised by an Italian family, and the gentleman always told me, you know, the father always told me, you take that dollar, you spit on it, you put it in the bank and don't look at it until you get enough to invest it, reinvest it. Don't put it in your pocket. If you walk around in your pocket, you're gonna spend it. That was something he always told me as a youngster, right? And then come from my father, it came from the gentleman I worked for, that I lived with. And again, I'm not saying it was a Black thing, I'm not saying it was a white thing or anything, but it was something I just learned from him. And, you know, I think that, you know, it starts at home. You know, the reason why it starts at home, we have to know about what to do with that dollar. If you don't know what to do with the dollar's just gonna leave your pocket.
Be sure to check out the rest of Anthony O'Neill's Black Panel YouTube series, which I'll have linked in the description below. And comment your thoughts on the question. What do you think the problem is? And before we go, I wanted to leave us on a quote by Albert Einstein. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. Again, my name is Ricky Reezy, and this is Black Primacy TV. I'll see you next time.